Good afternoon and welcome to Omnibros Live. I'm Omnidog on a Sunday where we're having coffee with the Omnibros. I've got 2 mugs of coffee. It's that kind of morning. And with me, as always, is my fabulous co-host from Comics Guide 101, Lou Rodrigue. Lou, what's happening, buddy?
I know.
Hey now. What are you eating?
I had a nice, since I missed out on breakfast this morning, nice little Italian sandwich from, there's this little deli down the road. It's really good. So they open around 11. I ran real quick there, and I grabbed a sandwich, and that's my lunch/breakfast.
Italian sandwich. Is there anything better?
Oh, my God. You know what? I like Italian, but I like also a nice, what's the one that it has, like, the powdered sugar on it?
A sandwich?
Yeah, it's a sandwich. A Reuben. I like a nice.
Oh, yeah. Dipped in egg, like French toast, practically.
Yeah. It's horrible for you, but
Yeah.
man, oh, it's good stuff, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been following the page, but my French toast yesterday caused quite a controversy in the Omnibus Collectors page. Everybody, all these European elitists were like, "Oh, American portions are so huge, and are you eating that all yourself?" And American sucks, and that food could feed a small population. I'm just like, will you guys relax? I had half of it, and I took the other half of Fariha's sandwich home because we split it, and everybody's acting like I'm Henry VIII, just having this orgy of food. It's like, God.
Correction. Kristan is right. It's a Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristo. Oh, that's right.
That's the sandwich that I like to have. But I always usually get, whenever I go to a sandwich place, I get the Italian because the Italian sandwich is pretty reliable.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually pretty good regardless of where you go get it, but it varies on who makes it and how they make it and things like I like a little bit, not much, a little bit of vinegar in it, just to give it a little bit of extra taste.
Yeah.
And some places they don't do that.
Oh, I like a little oil and vinegar on my Italian sub on really good bread. And I know Gabe will be on in a second. He's still waking up, but he'll be on. He's planning on taking me to a really good Italian sandwich joint when I'm out there. And we'll post more Instagram photos of our food intake for everybody's viewing pleasure. Speaking of pleasure, it's a pleasure to talk about InStockTrades.com, where you can get up to 50% off your collected editions. Loyalty discounts add another 2% to that. I believe this weekend they're having another 3% off sale, which does not stack with the loyalty discount. Ooh. Order over $50 worth of items, that gets you free shipping in the United States. Fabulous service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Woohoo!
In-Stock Trades. Love In-Stock Trades. We've been using them for years, and I've never had a single problem with them.
I will say that this is not In-Stock Trades' fault, but I did order a damaged book, and it was actually damaged.
What?
Yeah, I know. It was nothing that I couldn't live with. I paid $3 for some paperback, skinny marble paperback, and it had a big crumple on the top right corner. And I'm like, okay, that's damaged. I get it. So I'm not complaining at all. That's the damage sale. You're rolling the dice, and usually people end up rolling 7. This time I rolled snake eyes, and it's the first time in probably 15 damaged books that I've ordered that anything's ever happened. So it's certainly not In-Stock Trades' fault.
Yeah, most of the time when you get a damaged book from IST, it comes out pretty close to new. A lot of times. I've seen some quote-unquote damaged books, and it's just like a little nick in the corner.
Right. And there's Gabe Infinity Watch. How you doing, buddy?
Well, what's going on, guys? What up? Talking about damaged books from In-Stock Trades?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ordered one that had actually some slight damage to it, so I wasn't complaining. I'm just saying it happened. That, you ordered a damaged book, and sometimes it'll be damaged. So
that's pretty damn rare, though.
Yeah, it was like 75% off. It was the $3 Marvel let's see. I think it was Renew Your Vows, the Spider-Man War Zones book, and my God, I'm getting mighty sick of reading those Battle Worlds War Zones book.
Holy, you hit the wall. You hit the wall, Jess.
I have hit the wall. Man, I've read. I have 29 and 30 left. I think I've read. We'll have read 30 of them, or maybe more. There was only a small handful I didn't order.
Wait. Let's say that again. You read 30 Battle World trade paperbacks.
That's a lot.
I will have by the end of the day. Yeah, I have 2 more left.
You're a glutton for punishment, my friend.
You might not be wrong.
Some of that stuff is not bad, though. I like the Thor stuff.
Oh yeah, a lot of it's good, but I mean, I've just had it with War Zones and Battle Worlds and everything. I'm done with the concept, is what it is. I mean, I just read a Rick Remender book, Hail Hydra, that was really good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it, but I'm pushing through. My last book is going to be Marvel Zombies. I'm not a fan of Marvel Zombies, but it's written by Cy Spurrier, and I love his writing, so I figure it might be worth it.
Well, that's the one about the other side of the wall, right? Where all the zombies were, and I think it's Elsa Bloodstone tale.
Yeah, exactly, and I like her, so I figured it's probably pretty cool.
Trump's wall?
maybe that's an analogy for Trump's wall and what he thinks on the other side of the wall.
Oh man, what else have you read this week, Jess? Anything else other than just engrossing yourself in Battle World?
Let's see. Well, I did read the book you're going to talk about, the Guardians of the Galaxy Omnibus. I read that last weekend.
Ooh, I've got some things to say.
Okay, and I read Infinity Countdown. Gabe did not care for that book, so I'm sure he'll have some things to say. But otherwise, it's just been Battle Worlds all the time. Because I need to do a 3rd video on it.
A 3rd video. I hope you should just give away all that shit.
Yeah, and I'm doing a giveaway, and I got like 300 responses to I got 2,000 subscribers, so I was doing a giveaway. But I got about 300 responses to it, so I got to go through them all, and somebody's already written, "Hey, what about the giveaway?" I'm like, dude, relax. It just ended Friday. I got to go through these responses.
Speaking of 2,000 subscribers, we are in the single digits now away.
Oh, right.
So we're like 7 away. So like
today,
somebody out there needs to just make a couple extra accounts and subscribe to us.
Nice. So pretty much today.
Maybe. Definitely this week. So then we got to go. Then I'll have to go through that 2,000 subscribers video and put all the people in like some kind of spreadsheet and get ready for the giveaway. But I won't be for a while. We still got some things to take care of for the giveaway, I think. So
yeah, also we should probably talk about next Sunday's show, which I don't know if there's going to be one, because we'll be at Torpedo Comics getting my comic signed by Adam Hughes and J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah, it'll be about this time next week for sure. I'll be at the store for sure. So you might be at the store with me already. I might pick you. I don't know. We'll figure out how we're going to do it. If I'm going to just pick you up if you want, and just come with me.
Am I even going to be on that show?
What's that?
Are we doing a Sunday show next week?
Maybe we should do a Saturday show.
Maybe.
We can do a Saturday. Saturday's going to be a busy day too, man. So we got Penn and Teller at 9 o'clock.
9 p.m.
Yeah, 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And then we have to get to the store early Sunday morning so we can get ready for the signing. And you can see all the behind-the-scenes craziness that goes on to get these signings started.
I can't wait to see your store.
Yeah, you're going to have a good time, man. It's going to be cool.
You're going to take him to see the vault?
Yeah. The vault's going to be good. Oh. You better just leave your credit card in the car or something, just. So.
Yeah, I know. I'm ready to buy something from the vault. Do I get friends of an employee discount on that?
Yeah, I'm knocking off a couple dollars or something.
So if I want to get Amazing Spider-Man 1, it wouldn't be 10,000. It'd be 9,998.
Yeah, we don't have a Spider-Man #1 anymore. We have an Amazing Fantasy 15 signed by Stan Lee. That's only $75,000 if you want it.
I was going to ask you that. Do you guys have an Amazing Fantasy 15 in the store?
Yeah.
Holy guacamole.
We have a FF1 that's only like 115,000.
What's so special about it?
Fantastic Four #1?
Yeah, I mean, why is it 115? What is it in 9.0 or something?
It's a 8. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
That's why.
Wow.
So you'll see the craziness that we got going on there.
Do you guys ever have to send some of those old books in to get regraded?
Regraded? Sometimes, you know.
Sometimes.
We get old books in. Like, we just got this huge, like, crazy Golden Age collection. So stuff like Batman 19, probably like every issue of all Flash comics, every issue of Star Spangled comics.
Wow.
So a lot of people would probably end up having to submit in to get graded, just for, you know, archival preservation reasons, and it's more money if you do it that way too.
People are now asking what comics you have in the store. Action Comics #1?
No action. No action.
What?
I'm trying to think what else we got. It's the vault's a little on the weak side right now. We usually have like 3 or 4 Hulk #1s and like a handful of Hulk 181s. You know, we usually have a lot of but just people buy it. So, you know, that's part of the business. You know, you got to sell this shit. So
yeah. So, Lou, do you want to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy by Jerry Duggan?
Yeah. Okay. So I should preface this by saying that I have not seen you guys' review, so that's not going to color my influence in any way. Okay. I do know that Gabe was not a fan of it, and I think I'm going to be more on the side with Gabe. More falling in the middle, but I think more on the side with Gabe on it than the other guys. Okay, let's start. First off, I think Gary Duggan is a phenomenal writer, and he is responsible for writing one of the best modern-day Deadpool runs with his run with Brian Posehn, and how he turned Deadpool into basically the sad-faced clown. My issue with this is having read a lot, and this is my own personal gripe, having read a lot of the classic, the older cosmic stuff, the Dan and Abnett stuff, the stuff that basically made the Guardians what they are today. This felt a little strange to me in the sense that it felt more like Duggan was trying to combine the Dan Abnett stuff with the movie stuff. And a lot of it hit, but for me, a lot of it missed as well. In the sense where, like, I prefer the comics to be the comics and the movies to be the movies, and this felt to me more like Duggan, because this came out around the time that Volume 2 came out, so Duggan was kind of forced to go, no, this is how Star-Lord is, this is how Groot is, and this is how these characters are now. We really can't use the template that was set before for these characters because the fans don't know what came before. And for me, like, the whole thing with Drax the Destroyer being a pacifist, I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. It's a cool concept and stuff like that. But for me, the shtick kind of got old after about 11 issues. I'm like, okay, we know eventually he's not going to be a pacifist anymore because they're not going to keep it that way. You're dragging this out a little bit too much. As far as kind of the jokes, Duggan's a solid writer. He's a very solid writer, and he's a pretty funny guy. But now I'm kind of wondering, going back, how much the comedy with that Deadpool run was more on the Posehn side rather than the Duggan side, because for me, the jokes missed more than they hit here a lot of times. And some of it even felt a little forced. I dig the concept of, at the beginning of the story, you know, you think Galactus shows up, and it turns out that the Guardians are just doing basically like a giant heist. I thought that was pretty cool and creative. I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And I like how they used the Collector, and they used the I'm blanking on the other guy's name right now. His brother.
Oh yeah.
The Collector and oh my gosh,
the Collector's brother.
Yeah, the Collector and his brother. And
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster, yeah. And I like their whole relationship and stuff like that, and how they kind of use the Guardians against the other person, and I dig the the concept of the gardener and that whole thing that happens with Groot, not to get into too many spoilers and stuff like that, I thought, okay, that's really cool, and it's an interesting way of why you can kind of shoehorn in why you have Baby Groot into the series and the villain of the gardener. And I like that. By the way, the gardener, come on, he looks almost dead fucking on like Kurt Russell in this. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's a Drax issue in here where I got to give credit to the artist, and I'm not sure what the name of the artist, but he looks fucking dead on like Dave Bautista, the way they drew him. Like, it is insane how much he looks like Dave Bautista. And that's the thing that you're also going to see when you read it. You're going to get through about 2 issues. Then you're going to get an issue that's kind of like a flashback issue involving one of the Guardians, and it kind of shows what led up to the initial heist that kind of put them into that situation. And I thought that was pretty cool. Some of the issues were a little bit stronger than other ones. I personally felt that the Drax one was really good. I thought that was very strong. The one involving Peter Quill was okay. Yeah, it's a book that I went in thinking, okay, I know Gary Dugan's writing is solid, and I know he's a great talent, but I still kind of felt a little bit underwhelmed with it, and I thought they could have done so much more with this, and some of it felt a little rushed, which made me think they got a few issues into it, and, you know, Marvel lately is quick to cancel a book, and they started seeing, okay, the sales for this aren't necessarily what we thought they would be, so let's just kind of shorten the series, because the first thing is only like 12 issues. That's the initial huge chunk. And then there's like 5 issues after that. And then there's the free comic book day special, and that was okay. But look, overall, if you are somebody that you have never read the classic Dan and Abnett stuff, and you're looking for something more along the lines of what the movies are, this is probably more your bag, and you'll probably enjoy this a lot more, and you'll probably get more out of this. If you are somebody that read the Dan and Abnett stuff, and you've got those characters like firmly in your head, and you're like, no, this is what the Guardians are, this might be a pass for you, and you might not dig this as much as as somebody who's just kind of coming in fresh into this. I don't know. I mean, looking back on it, I give this a solid. I mean, you know how my scale is. I do buy, just kind of borrow. I give this a solid borrow. Check it out and see if the first few issues they hook you, great. If not, then you know you're probably not going to enjoy the rest of this. I think Aaron Cruder, I forgot how to say the name. The guy that does the majority of the art. I think he's really good. I think it's really solid art, and he's got kind of a cartoony style. And I dig it. I dug it. But overall, I think it's more of a borrow for me.
The only thing I'll add to that is what adds to the enjoyment of the omnibus is reading Infinity Countdown, the little trade paperback that comes after it. That ties up a lot of things afterwards.
See, and I haven't read that.
Yeah, so that made me enjoy the omnibus more. I'm not going to give my review here because I already gave it last Monday, but it helped me enjoy the omnibus more. And I say omnibus, it's more like an oversized hardcover, but it's a fast read, and you need Infinity Countdown afterwards for it to really kind of gel.
It is. It's a really fast read. I read this thing in a matter of probably 3 hours in an afternoon. It's really small.
Yeah.
So for them to call this an omnibus, I was like, come on, guys, really? You're. It's the same situation with the Hawkeye omnibus a few years ago. Where I was like, can you really call this an omnibus? Like, I get it, but when I think of an omnibus, I think a massive tome, like a massive collection of a writer or a series or a run. This could have easily. What's the retail on this right now? Like, what's
I think it's $75, but I think you're right. It could have been a $35 oversized hardcover.
Absolutely. No, that there is. I mean, even with the IST discount, thank you IST. Which, if it's 75, it's about 45% off. You're probably looking at about what, $40?
Yeah, I'm not good at math, so I'll say yes.
Yeah, in that ballpark. This could have easily been one of those things where it could have been a nice oversized hardcover, And they could have dropped the price down to $35-$40 starting. That way, with the IST discount, you'd be looking at about $20 hardcover.
Yeah, and a special shout out to IST for giving us the review copies of this book.
Yes.
That was clutch. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for that. I just don't get Marvel. I don't get their pricing as far as for these characters and these books and things. I don't understand. And to me, this is kind of taking a little dig at Marvel. But when you have Dark Horse, and we've talked about this before, who are putting out beautiful collections like the Hellboy Library editions for, what's the retail on that? $35-$40 retail?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And they're putting out the Goon collection, and they're putting out the Berserk collection pretty soon. When they are putting out these beautiful collective books with like just huge pages, really well done production value, there is no reason why, other than them trying to cash in on popular characters, this book should have been $75. There isn't any reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the price on this book is out of control.
Yeah.
Especially for a book. I'm sorry, dude, I didn't take off, so I didn't hear your whole review, but it sounded like me and you were kind of in the same boat where it seemed a little too movie influenced.
Yeah.
But this also felt like part 2 of like a 3 or 4 part like series.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of build up. There was a lot of mentioning of things that happened before it. Like, oh, Thanos escaped. And I'm like, well, when did that happen?
Yeah,
you know?
I agree with that.
And for a second, I thought that was tied into the Jeff Lemire stuff. And then I was like, wait, no. In the Jeff Lemire's, are they referencing Jeff Lemire's run? Or I'm kind of a little lost as to what the context is of when the timeline is in all this.
Yeah, it's like, when did he get captured, like, compared to the Thanos run? Because he was like, in the Thanos one, he was going after like the Phoenix Force for a little bit, and and things like that. And again, the whole movie influence for all the Infinity Gems. The Infinity Gems have been different since Hickman's run, or I think maybe even Bendis before that a little bit. But it's just and now it's solidified as being different. They have different powers, they have different colors and limitations and things like that.
And to be completely honest, I'm getting tired of the whole damn Infinity Gem thing.
I totally am.
They're the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. Let them defend something else other than the goddamn gems. Do something else with them.
I totally am tired of Infinity
Gems. My
God.
Well, see, that's what I liked about well, spoilers for the Hickman thing, but I'm not going to go into too much spoiler. But I like what Hickman did with the Infinity Gems in the Gauntlet. You know, he I don't know if it's a spoiler, but he basically took that piece off the gaming board. Yeah, which was good. But yeah,
at the beginning of his Avengers run, he's like, "No, you can't use these."
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for that thing to be like, feels like the middle of a story, because right after that, it leads directly into Infinity Countdown, which probably would have made the whole series a little bit more enjoyable, but it wasn't a part of the omnibus. So that $75 omnibus really was just like a $75 like 2-step program idea. You know, there was nothing. Yeah. It was just in there. And then the whole Nova stuff was kind of fun for a little bit when they all became Novas. Yeah. But then when that happened, I couldn't tell who was who. All the supporting characters looked exactly alike because they all kept the helmet on. The single issue character issues that happened in between each story issue, like each part of the story issue was sidetracked by like a character issue that really just screwed up the pacing of the book. And like I was saying, they were talking about stuff that happened before that you didn't know what was going on. There's stuff that happened after the Infinity Countdown. Infinity Countdown seems pretty cool from what Jess was saying, but again, this is just, that should have been a part of this omnibus and make it $100 omnibus, including the entire Infinity War stuff in it.
Yeah. I'm kind of wondering, because Jess says, I didn't know about the Infinity Countdown or whatever it is. I didn't read that. But Jess was just telling me, yeah, that kind of helps tie it up. And I'm like, well, why the fuck is it not in this $75 book?
Yeah, because like right after this leads right into that Warlock, that Adam Warlock, like one shot by Mike Allred. That's absolutely beautiful looking. Mm-hmm. And you have Warlock at the very end of this omnibus that just kind of just pops up, and he's just having this weird like existential crisis. Is he dead? Is he in the gem? How did that happen? And he breaks through and stuff like that. And it ends almost on the cliffhanger. And that to me isn't my definition or my idea of like an omnibus. It should include a full, complete story. I shouldn't have to read this and be like, oh, now I gotta go get this, $25 trade paperback to kind of continue the story.
Mm-hmm. So what else are we pissed off at?
I mean,
I'm not pissed off, but some people should be. DC canceled those scalp trade paperbacks.
Yeah, what's going on there?
They did, really?
Yeah. That's. I was reading this and I was like, well, that's kind of like when they canceled the unwritten deluxe hardcovers.
Oh.
And this is reminiscent of Luis thinking that Transmetropolitan wasn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which,
Dude,
you
I get paid
owe me.
I get paid Wednesday. I'll pay up Wednesday, man.
Oh, that's just in time for Vegas In and Out, man.
Yeah, man. I'll pay up Wednesday.
Are you sending me a gift certificate?
Yeah, I'll send you like a $10 gift card through online.
Okay, right on, man.
I'll pay you for Wednesday. I get paid. Yeah.
You sound like Wimpy from Popeye. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
That's $10 to get you a whole meal, man. You get some animal fries and everything with that.
Oh, $10 at In-N-Out? That I can buy us both lunch.
Yeah, In-N-Out's super affordable for being so good.
Just remind me Wednesday. If not,
I will. I
will. But I've been also reading Mr. Miracle. I've caught up to issue 11 with the big release of issue 12 this week. Have any of you caught up with that yet?
Not at all.
haven't read it a bit.
It's good.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Like, it's really fucking good. It gets really, really, really good.
Because that first issue is phenomenal with the whole can we even talk about what happened in that first issue? I don't think we can, but
it's been almost a year at this point.
Okay, so Mr. Miracle tries to kill himself. He slits his wrist in the bathroom,
which is yeah, it's a very me personally, it's a very strong scene for me to open it on. Just with my past and things like that.
Sure.
It hit me very, very difficult. I've never obviously slit my wrist or anything, but it's very personal. And you're kind of left. Okay, we're kind of getting into spoilers of issue 1. We'll just stick it with issue 1. You're kind of left wondering, is everything that's going on after this event really going on, or is it kind of where he's in limbo? Is it kind of where he's slowly dying and he's imagining all these events? It's a very, very ambiguous, I think would be the correct word to say. It's very ambiguous in terms of what exactly is going on. And it gets a little bit even more ambiguous as the series goes on. Leading up to issue 11, which was just fantastic, and obviously Darkseid's going to make an appearance in this because they keep referencing him and things like that. It's a shoo-in for one of the best things that I've read this year, hands down. It's brilliant. It's really, really brilliant, and I can't even really go into too many details of why it's brilliant without the series actually finishing up, but. If you haven't, by all means, you guys should definitely catch up on the past 11 issues before 12 comes out, because I have a feeling that once Tom King wraps this up, it's going to be probably all over the internet with how he wraps it up. So I would really recommend you guys catch up on this quick.
Dude, the trade doesn't come out till like February.
That's when I'll catch up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at ignoring spoilers. Yeah. Now I'm going to get a PM probably the day number 12 comes out saying, Jess, guess what? This happens. Please don't. I'm going to be watching
next week.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the airplane to Vegas watching Netflix Maniac the whole time. I'm not going to read any comic books. I want to watch Maniac with Jonah Hill and what's her name? Emma Stone. That looks awesome.
When do you land?
I beg your pardon?
When do you land?
I believe it's around noon sometime. I'll double check. Friday, yeah.
Okay.
Just in time for lunch.
Just in time for lunch.
I think it's noon 30, somewhere around there. I need to make sure I have a folder with all the stuff in it, so I need to I will say the hotel has been hitting me hard to open a credit to start gambling already. And I'm like, you guys are wasting your time. You're losing money on me on this venture. I don't drink. I don't gamble. I'm there to buy comic books and eat and hang out with my buddy, and I'm not touching the casino.
Yeah, that's dangerous, man. That's dangerous.
Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I gambled. I think, what year is this? I think 1986. I know what year it is. 1986 was the last time I gambled. I went to Atlantic City with some friends in 1986. I had just moved here to Virginia. We went to Atlantic City, and these guys were fraternity buddies of mine who happened to be in the area, and they were way into gambling. And of course, I'm just not that much into gambling, so I didn't take that much money, and I lost all my money within 45 minutes.
Yeah, I've been there.
And they were there in Atlantic City. They wanted to stay till 2 a.m., and I lost my money by like 9 p.m. So, and I had to, this is when I was really broke. I had to have enough money because we went from Baltimore and took the train to Atlantic City. I had to have enough money to get me from Baltimore back to the Metro at Union Station to get me home. So I had to have like $10. I had $2 left, and I said, I don't have any money. How am I going to get home? And I went to it's like a roulette wheel, and it's got dollars on it, like $10, $20, dollar bills. And you spin the roulette thing, and whatever you guess, I guess you get that. I can't even remember now. But it's like a giant Wheel of Fortune thing.
I was about to say, it's not like The Price is Right.
Right, with dollar bills and fives and tens and 20s and hundreds on it, and you put your money down on what you think is going to win. And so I said, well, I'll try that. I ended up playing that for like 3 hours and won $150. And my friends came up and said, what are you doing here? These are the worst odds in the house. You're an idiot. And I said, look, I've got a whole thing. I've got like 5 things full of tokens here, and I got like $150. And they're like, oh my God, you got to get out of here right now before you lose it all.
Yeah, I mean, you got to leave when you hit the high note right there.
Yeah, I just was trying to get my $10 so I could get home.
Damn, dude, the 80s, that's when they still, like, coins still came out of slot machines.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I had cups of quarters. That's how I was getting my money.
Cups of quarters? You sound like you were begging for change or something.
I was about to. I was gonna have to borrow money from one of my friends to get home. I was really worried.
I rarely gamble. It's not a thing for me. I've never really got into it. I mean, there's a few times where I won, like enough to pay my rent or something special like that. But I never got too crazy with it.
ETL says now Jess is talking about tricking himself out to get home from Atlantic City.
Oh man,
that's when I was young and handsome, so it might have worked.
Yeah, well, you got to watch out because the moment you land in Vegas, it's nothing but slot machines.
Yeah, in the airport and everything, right?
The airport, gas stations, Walmart, grocery stores. I'm surprised you don't have any at Torpedo. We should open up a couple slot machines there.
You guys get slot machines in Walmart and everything?
Yeah.
Damn.
Everywhere has slot machines.
Well, it's not, I mean, this shows my age, of course, but I like the pull handle ones where everything's mechanical. I looked at the video once and I'm just like, this just doesn't seem fun, these video slot machines. People were just sitting there hitting the button, doing, doing, doing. And I thought, that doesn't look as fun and exciting as pulling the handle. And I realize this makes me sound like I'm back in the 40s in Vegas pulling handles with old ladies and cups of quarters, but that seemed more fun to me.
Yeah, it was fun when you were part of the Rat Pack.
Right.
Well, at least with the push button slot machine, you can't get melted to it.
You can't get what?
Melted.
What's that mean?
So I forget when this was. I want to say probably the late 80s, early 90s. The MGM had a fire and it burnt down. And when the fire department went in to, kind of excavate the damage and go through everything, They literally found people melted to like the pull handle on the slot machines. People would not leave the building on fire.
Oh my God.
They got basically welded to the slot machines.
Holy shit.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Nobody wanted to go cash out and just leave. They just were like, oh, I'm gonna just keep pulling this one-armed bandit.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm always gonna remember that. Ugh. That is ugh.
That's pretty disgusting in so many different ways. Not only is it somebody died because of that, but they just were on fire and were like, oh, I can still win. One more pull, I'm gonna win. I'm almost there. This machine's gonna pay out. Yeah, this machine's gonna pay me out soon.
Yeah, I have an addictive personality as it is, so I never really got into gambling too much.
Same here, yeah.
Always afraid
very
of
much.
Yeah, I mean, when I used to work like in the restaurants or like room service, and I'd walk out with like $300 a night in tips. I've thrown $100 on black and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, that's usually it. One time and I go. It's either I win $200 or I lose $100. So
I need to go out there to work.
Oh man, there's a guy at the store. He's a regular customer. He's one of our VIP members. Also, he's a doorman at I forget which casino he's a doorman at, but dude walks out like a grand a night just opening.
You're kidding?
Doors.
Wow,
yeah. Doorman?
Yeah, just a doorman opening up like limousine doors for people and stuff like that. That dude makes tons of cash.
There's your next job, Lou.
Yeah, fuck being a teacher.
Yeah, move to Vegas.
Oh, you guys have no clue how much I want to get out of teaching.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know.
Yeah, it's bad. Hey, I ended up seeing Overlord this past weekend.
Oh yeah, I saw that on Facebook. How was it?
It was okay. Was not what I expected it to be. I thought there'd be more zombies. There's only like 3 zombies in the whole movie. But it was all right.
Is it supposed to be a zombie movie? What's the premise here?
That's what they pitch it as, more of a zombie movie, where a bunch of guys, it's D-Day, they're landing in Normandy, they have to take out a satellite, and they find out that there's a bunch of zombies on the island. In fact, there's only, when in reality, when you watch the movie, there's only like 3 zombies in the whole movie. It's more about them kind of a man on a mission movie. It's actually not bad, and the opening sequence is really fucking good. I was like, wow, this looks like more of something out of Saving Private Ryan. But overall, it was okay. You know, if you got an afternoon to kill and you're a fan of like good B movies, B horror movies, it's pretty good. And it gets really gory, like really gory towards the end.
As gory as that Indonesian movie you had me watch on YouTube?
No, nowhere near as gory as that. Ooh, man. That was I forgot what the name of it was. It's on Netflix. It's like A Night Comes for Us or whatever it is.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Oh my god. There's a scene involving a meat hook and a guy's
oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah. ETL, I'm gonna watch it this week, and Mladen, I'm gonna watch Hereditary this week. I'm turning November into.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Are you gonna watch it at my house or what?
This week, I'm not showing up to till Friday. I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm gonna watch Hereditary and The Wailing, and I'm gonna give you my review soon. I'm gonna turn this into October month and watch The Wailing and Hereditary because I
horror movies in November.
Yeah, I gypped myself out of it in October. I don't know. I was just so busy reading scary books that I never really got to my scary movies. Stupid comic books.
Stupid Battle World.
Stupid Battle World.
You just remind me of The Simpsons. Stupid sexy Flanders.
Stupid sexy Flanders.
Hey Jess, are you gonna get a sketch from Adam Hughes this weekend?
As a matter of fact, I just bought a blank Batman with a white cover that I want him to sketch Harley Quinn on.
Oh, cool.
He's and I went to my before I met Fariha for brunch yesterday. I went to my local comic book store in Annapolis, and they hooked me up with 3 J. Scott Campbell books, Two of them are new X-Men books. I got Emma Frost and Mystique, so I'll have him sign those. Yeah. And I got a book that just looked cool. I don't know anything about it, and I can't think of the name. What was that vampire show on Showtime? Showtime or HBO? What was it?
True Blood.
True Blood. Yeah, I got a True Blood comic that J. Scott Campbell did the cover for. So I have 3 things for him to sign, and then I'll get 3 things for Adam Hughes to sign, and then the sketch. Does that sound acceptable, you think?
Whatever you want, man. Whatever you want. We got boxes and boxes of stuff that we put out for these signings. So we got like tons of J. Scott Campbell and Adam Hughes stuff that you could rifle through too.
Oh, okay. I don't want to. I mean, I know you're giving me special treatment, so I don't want to hold up the line with my requests for 80 million things. So I want to be respectful of these guys.
No, don't worry. There'll be people there who will hold up the line with 80 million things. But they're paying $20, $30 a pop. So whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'll bring cash.
That works.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't hear anybody say, "Don't bring cash to Vegas."
Yeah, I don't accept cash.
Felix, the giveaway. I got 300 entries in the giveaway, and I'm working through them right now to enter them into a spreadsheet, and then pick the using a random number generator, pick the winner. So that's what I'm doing.
That's probably what we'll end up doing with our giveaway once we get to that.
Yeah, I don't even know that I'm doing a spreadsheet. I may just go into my Gmail and just number everybody and pick the number. That's probably easier. But I will have to separate them all because 5 people want Punisher, then 5 people want whatever the other book was, then 3 people want this. It's all a big mess. So I will be doing that though, Felix.
So I finished watching Sabrina. Have you watched that at all?
I haven't. What'd you think of it?
It's great. It's really good. Yeah. You should watch it. I'm pretty sure you will enjoy it. It's not too spooky or too teenage angsty-esque or any of that kind of stuff. So it's phenomenal. They did a great job with it.
Really? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch that on the plane back. Because I'm definitely wanting to watch Maniac. I'm going to download that today. I'm going to get rid of Lost in Space. I haven't watched that. I don't know that I'm going to watch that. Although maybe I should watch that.
I forgot about that. I forgot they did new Lost in Space on Netflix.
Yeah. I think I have room for Maniac and Lost in Space on my iPad. So, yeah. So, okay, good. Sabrina's good then, huh?
Yeah, Sabrina's good. That definitely should get moved up to the top of your queue.
Okay.
And, I'm trying to catch them on Castlevania because that new season came out.
Oh yeah, I heard that's awesome.
It's crazy, like demons eating people, bloody, gory, vampire fest. That could definitely be a part of your Halloween in November watch-a-thon that you're trying
Castlevania?
to yeah. It's written by Warren Ellis, so it's out of control. It's really
I mean, just being an Ellis fan, I need to watch that. I'm not that big of a cartoon guy, but if it's Ellis writing it, it must be interesting.
Yeah, no, he did a great job on it. I mean, I don't know how well it follows the video game. I didn't really play Symphony of a Night well enough to remember if this has anything to do, like if it's following the storyline exact or whatever. But that doesn't matter. It's just a phenomenal story. It's just really out of left field the way he does these kinds of things. He's such a versatile writer. He can write just about anything. He can write He can write futuristic things. He could write, stuff like Castlevania that takes place in the 1400s and vampires and witch burnings and things like that. And you could do things like Global Frequency, and then you could do things like Moon Knight. Like that guy is just so well rounded as a creator.
Yeah, I'm going to download Maniac as soon as I get done. And is Castlevania on Netflix?
It is.
I wonder if I could fit all that on my iPad.
The first season of Castlevania came out 2 years ago, maybe a little bit more, I want to say. and it's like 5 episodes, and the episodes are like a half an hour. They're really, really short, and it ends on like the most just blue ball cliffhanger.
And does it get resolved in the second season?
Right. It picks right up in the second season, but it took like 2 years for that to happen. And then nobody knew, like, is there going to be a second season? Like, what happened here? And then, there's a second season. And then Warren Ellis announced recently that a third season.
Yep.
It got renewed for a third season. So.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go up and I'm just going to cram my iPad with as much as it will fit on it.
How long's the flight? What is it going to be, like 4 hours?
I feel like it's almost 5 going out, but it's shorter coming back. Wait a minute. Let me think here. What time is it there right now? Are you on daylight savings time or not?
Yeah, we are. It's almost 10 o'clock. It's 9:49 right now.
Yeah. All right. I think I leave at 8:30 and land at like noon 30 your time.
Okay.
I can't do the math. Is that like 5 hours? I don't know.
Let's just call it 5 hours.
Okay.
So yeah, you can get a lot watched in that time. I mean, you could definitely get through the first season of Castlevania before they start handing out the peanuts and drinks.
Yeah. Plus, I'm sure there's going to be some attractive woman sitting next to me who's going to want to chat me up. So I have to save time for that. Which has never happened to me on a flight.
No, I always get stuck with some drunk asshole, or I get really lucky and I'm the only person in that row.
That would be almost better than an attractive woman to have an empty row.
Have you ever been stuck next to the crying baby?
I've been on the plane when I'm the parent of the crying baby.
Even being the parent is pretty bad. Like I just
Yeah, sorry folks. Yeah. Actually, my daughter was never really that bad she was a pretty good flyer. We got her flying early and often when she was little. But yeah, I've heard some crying babies, but I haven't had any stories of like drunk assholes or anything really. I mean, I know they're out there and on every flight, but I haven't really experienced it.
Any of you guys here watch It's Always Sunny?
Well, you guys are having some conversation about it this morning in the chat.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Have you ever seen it, Gabe?
A handful of episodes. Yeah.
Well, they had their season finale. I know we're kind of talking about TV right now. And I saw it probably like 2 or 3 days ago. It was... Okay, so It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. For those of you that have never seen it, it's a comedy show, but it's like it's a show that is just vile, hilarious, and has some of the most self-centered characters probably ever written on TV.
But it's incredibly well written.
Oh, it's insane how well written the show is, and the writing is super sharp. And for years they've been implying that one of the characters, Mac, is gay. But he's always been denying it because he's super hardcore. Okay, somebody's probably going to get offended by this. He's super hardcore religious on the show. He's super hardcore Christian. And last season, he came out as gay. And then this season, he's like, no, I'm not gay. The ending of the season is him, and it's hard to explain. He goes to prison to see his dad, and he finally confronts to his dad saying, I am gay. And he puts on one of the most beautiful and striking performances I've ever seen on TV, with like a dance number with this other lady who dances, and it's all a symbolism for him struggling with being who he really is, which is gay, and being religious at the same time. It floored me. It was beautiful. It was something that I didn't think It's Always Sunny had in them, and Danny DeVito crushes that scene. There's a lot going on in that scene. A lot of people are talking about it lately. So the point where some people are like, wow, come Emmy time, it might be in the consideration for it. If you haven't seen the episode and you're an Always Sunny fan, this is something you definitely should watch. It's hard to talk about without giving it away, but I will say that, I've had my problems with religions and stuff like that. And it even made me look at myself and go, wow, I'm not gay, but it made me kind of examine my own relationship with religion and things like that. It's a really, really oddly, beautifully done piece in an otherwise very, very dirty and kind of nasty show at times. And I know Omar didn't care for it too much.
Omar doesn't like anything.
Yeah. But that's kind of what I saw.
I've been meaning to watch more Sunny in Philadelphia because I think I watched, like I said, a handful of episodes in the first season, and it's my type of humor. I mean, it's really just fucked up the way they just treat one another and like their customers and just the situations they get into. I love that. Danny DeVito is a terrible person in this show. God, he is absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, DeVito doesn't show until season 2, and I think that's where the show really hit its stride. So
I must have seen like season 1 and part of season 2 then.
Yeah, because once DeVito shows up, that's where that's where things really take a turn for them, and it gets so much better after that. Season 1 was good. There's a few standout episodes in season 1. Namely with Charlie and how he thinks, I think that was season 1, he has a son. That shit always kills me. But the second season is really where they start hitting their stride and they just keep getting better and better.
Yeah, it's like Cheers without the good-hearted nature of everybody.
Well, do we have anything else we want to talk about?
Are you going to miss some football next week, Jess?
No, it's a Monday night game. I got lucky.
Oh,
Wow.
you got
I got very lucky.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know people will be in the store like going like, "Can you put the game on?" I'm like, we don't have cable at the store. We just watch Netflix. It's a comic book store. We're not going to football. What's that?
People ask you to put the game on in the store?
Yeah.
I can't imagine wanting football in a comic book store. That's crazy. That's like a sports bar. Yeah, you want to have Netflix weird stuff on.
Yeah, or I think during signings we usually play music or something like that, but you know.
Okay, so I got to get Sabrina, Maniac, and Castlevania on my iPad.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go up and do that right after this episode, which has been brought to you by InStockTrades.com, where you can get up to 50% off your collected editions. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. I believe this is the last day of their 3% off sale, which does not stack with the 2%. Over $50 in an order gets you free shipping in the United States. The best service possible, and I mean that sincerely. They are awesome. Great packaging, and thank you for the review copies of our books. That's InStockTrades.com. For all your collected edition needs, doo-dah.
Somebody keeps asking us about Titans. Have you guys seen it?
I
am tapped out with streaming services. I'm not getting anything else right now.
Was that on DC Universe or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm totally tapped out on that. I'm not watching that. Somebody said, I think Ryan Sace might have said he's on episode 4 and it was actually halfway decent, but the first 3 were a struggle.
Yeah. I know Doom Patrol was in this episode.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I want to see Doom Patrol.
They were.
I can't watch it. It's not on anything. I don't have a Roku box, and I'm not going to watch it on my phone. It's not on like any kind of like platforms.
Yeah, it's just
right. It's on just like it's like a phone app and like a Roku app, right, or something like that.
I think that's the deal with it. Yeah,
it's not on like Fire Stick. I read somewhere that there's like a way to put it on Fire Stick. You got to do all these kind of like, backdoor, kind of finagling the internet to get it to work, but it's not on like PlayStation or Xbox or any of these platforms that have such a huge install base. So I have to wait for that because I'm not watching it on my phone. So
yeah, I don't need another streaming service. I personally think we're heading towards where this streaming service bubble is going to pop soon.
Well, wait till Disney. Did you hear the Disney one? The announcement they made about that? It's like supposed to be like a million different things on it. Like literally like a million things are going to pop up on it.
it's ridiculous, this whole streaming service thing. We're getting to the point where we're paying more for streaming services than fucking cable, and I think it's getting out of hand. I honestly
that defeats the purpose.
yeah, I honestly do think this is just becoming a bubble, and eventually it's just gonna.
It's gonna be one of those things where they're gonna start dying off pretty soon, and it's gonna be just like, you know, the best ones are gonna survive.
Well, there was a movie channel that had classic old movies on it. There was a streaming service that just closed up shop.
Right, because you have so many things competing. I mean, you're always going to have your Netflixes. That's not going away. Your HBO, your Netflix, you know, and I'm pretty sure people will sign up for the Disney thing because it's Disney.
Yeah.
And, you know, that Netflix and Disney thing, that's going to go down the toilet pretty soon, and they're just going to take all their stuff and go, yeah, we're bringing everything over here. So
are we assuming that all the Marvel shows from Netflix are going to go to the Disney Channel?
That's such a I don't know the details of that stuff because I haven't bothered looking into it, but we do know that we just lost Luke Cage and Iron Fist. They canceled that. And Iron Fist doesn't surprise me, but I was like, wow, you really are going to gut Luke Cage? Like, Luke Cage, for what it is, it has a strong following, and it has a strong representation of African-American culture, especially in the inner city.
Not just that, but the first season was well received. Unlike Iron Fist, where the first season, Iron Fist and Defenders were, from my circle of, you know, internet, you know, connections, was just a joke, which is really downplayed, and people made fun of it more than they enjoyed it. Right.
And I mean, the second season of Luke Cage for me was overall a much better, much more coherent and tighter season versus the first season of Luke Cage, where after Cottonmouth dies, it's like, what the fuck are you going to do for the next 6 episodes, guys? You just lost the best person on your show. And then they introduced Bushmaster the second season. I was like, wow, this guy's fucking awesome. So I was really happy with Bushmaster. As far as Daredevil, Punisher, and Jessica Jones, we know Punisher season 2 is done. They just brought Daredevil season 3. Will we get a season 4? I don't know. I still haven't even finished season 3 yet. I just haven't had the time. Jessica Jones.
Make the time, dude. Make the time.
I know. It's worth it. We know that they've already started on the next season of Jessica Jones. So what's going to happen after that? I mean, are they just going to outright cancel all these shows, especially Daredevil and Punisher, which have been proven to be critical darlings, and a lot of people really like them? Are they going to bring them over and kind of fold them into their own streaming service? I mean, again, I haven't looked into too many details, but, you know, it kind of sucks. And Disney would be that type of corporation. They're like, no, we're going to take our toys and we're going home and we're going to our own streaming service. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I personally would love to see if they could do a Heroes for Hire show, that they just fold those 2 characters into their own show.
I would rather that'd be cool if they did that. Also would be okay with Iron Fist and Luke Cage leaving, and that opens up 2 more slots for something like Moon Knight, a Moon Knight series, or you know, opens up the slots for, you know, another, you know, couple of character series to go on. Because these things, like, I'm surprised Iron Fist even got a season 2 because of how bad that was. But even if we lose like Jessica Jones, or even if we lose Daredevil, or even if we lose the whole thing altogether, I'd be fine with that because they'd be ending on a high note. I'd rather this thing not die on the vine, if you know what I mean. Because eventually, as all things go, once the seasons get further and deeper on, it just, you know, the writing starts losing its luster, and they all kind of fizzle out. And I don't want to see that happen, because these things really, I think, like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, were probably like the first taste for new people's addiction to these kinds of characters. You know, that was their first taste into this kind of stuff. So I would hate to see that kind of fizzle and die on the vine like that. But like I said, you know, maybe we'll get something new out of it, like a Moon Knight series. Or they already said that the Loki show was going to be on the Disney show or the Disney streaming app. So that's definitely going there.
Which, I mean, again, we're kind of going with the Loki stuff. That all but confirms, okay, Loki's coming back. Like, you know, Tom Hiddleston's coming back and everything. So, like, what does that mean for Infinity War and all this? Which kind of goes back to my same point. There are no fucking consequences in this universe, in the Marvel. Which is why when all these deaths happen in Infinity War, I was like, this means fucking nothing to me because I know
agree with that.
It's just how people are still affected by it, though. Like you're like, come on, you're really still sad that Superman died or that Spider-Man died? Really? You still think that's a thing?
I'm a cynical bastard. Okay, I don't get why people were sniffing in the theater. You know, okay, the Spider-Man thing. Okay, I kind of get it. Yeah. But I'm like, he's got another fucking movie coming out in 2 years. They've announced it. There is no emotional impact with me for these characters when they end up dying in these films because I know they've got another movie coming out. Like Black Panther dying in Infinity War didn't bother me. Did nothing for me. Peter Parker, okay, you know, it's kind of sad and everything, but I'm like, he's going to fucking come back because they've announced he's got like 3 movies on the slate. So, you know, and then they said, well, Loki's dead. I'm like, okay, maybe this one will stick. And then Netflix, no, Loki's coming back for their streaming service. I'm like, it means fucking nothing anymore.
Yeah.
Like in comics, doesn't mean jack shit anymore. And it kind of sucks because now you're taking away the emotional weight of a lot of characters dying. To the point where if Steve Rogers dies or Tony Stark dies in the next movie, okay, yeah, their characters are dead. You know, Chris Evans said he might not be coming back. And, you know, all this other stuff, I'm like, okay, well, let's get another fucking actor. You know, it's pointless to me at this point, and it's kind of agitating.
You are agitated. You're all wound up.
I think we're just too deep into it to really like.
Yeah.
You know, we're kind of desensitized. We're like okay, Black Panther made like $25 billion in the box office. He's not dying. He's definitely getting like 17 more films.
Oh yeah, they are gonna ride that Panther right into the ground.
But at the same time, just the writing and the filming of those scenes, Spider-Man was you know kind of tugged at the heartstrings. The Groot part really tugged at the heartstrings because James Gunn came out and said, "Well, this is what he said at the end," and he said, "I am Groot" at the end. What that actually meant. So stuff like that really.
Wait,
was
what
emotional.
did it mean?
He was saying "daddy,"
Father? Yeah, daddy,
father, or something like that. Yeah,
What,
to Rocket.
Wait, what? Say it again.
So
now?
when Baby Groot was disappearing or turning into ash, she said, "I am Groot," like this really sad, emotional "I am Groot" towards Rocket. And James Gunn came out and said that translated to him saying "father," like question mark, like you know, with similar to the Spider-Man, like "Oh, Mr. Stark, I don't feel good."
Yeah. Okay. I never heard that.
Yeah.
That was the Groot and the Rocket parts were the best part of that Guardians of the Galaxy omnibus, especially I'm bringing it back to the beginning of the show, but especially Rocket being in charge of the Nova Corps inventory and running the ship and stuff. I love that.
Yeah,
that was the funniest part.
He captured all the thieves,
and
stuff like that, just to kind of bring out the really bad Nova guys and shine a light on them and get rid of all of them. It was kind of a clever way of taking care of that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I'm excited to see what James Gunn does with Suicide Squad.
I'm excited to see Margot Robbie again, who you looked like last week.
She was a good Harley Quinn. I actually
thought so.
dug Harley. You know, the movie was what it was, but I dug her as Harley.
Yeah, I did too.
I think given the right stuff, she could really do it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. Wait, not Birds of Prey. Is it Birds of Prey I'm thinking of that she is attached to? She wasn't a bird of prey though. I must be thinking of the movie she's going to do with Catwoman and Poison Ivy.
The Gotham Sirens, or is that Birds of Prey? Is that two different things? So they keep changing the name of that movie around.
I think she's attached to both of them though, because she's throwing her weight around, insisting that one of them or both of them have female directors. But Luis knows more about movies than I do, so I don't know.
Dude, DC doesn't even know what they're doing anymore. Warner Brothers has no clue what they're doing anymore. They are a mess as far as scheduling and everything. They have no fucking clue what's going on.
I still think Aquaman's gonna be the last like DC, like this version of DC movie universe that we're gonna get. Because I think after that,
Wonder Woman 84.
Oh, Wonder Woman. There you go. Yeah. I think the films that are already done, that's going to be it. Because then after that, I think something's going to happen, and they're going to press the reset button, and that's where this new Joker comes into play, and maybe this whole like Birds of Prey or Gotham City Sirens is maybe a fringe that's outside of this universe. Who knows? But they have to be just circling the wagons after how badly Justice League performed.
Gabe, what have I been saying for years? How can they fix this?
Nudity.
That would help. That would help. No, Flashpoint this shit.
Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Flashpoint it.
Well, dude, even the Flashpoint movie or the Flash movie, it's been like delayed because Homeboy is doing that Harry Potter movie. So, and then that thing has always been a fiasco. They've lost like 3 different directors and like a handful of different writers already. Yeah. So, the Batman movie did the same thing. I mean, apparently Ben Affleck is out. Apparently he's in. Apparently it's like the 3rd script. Apparently Jeff Johns wrote a script that they really loved, and they said nope, never mind. Jeff Johns sucks, so we're starting over again. Who knows? Again, this is all weird speculation and just the tidbits that we get through like rumor sites and stuff like that.
Makes me sad.
There have been so many damn rumors about that Batman script, like what's in it, who's in it. There was one point where they were saying that Jeff Johns had written basically like an Arkham Asylum script where it was Batman fighting against all these villains in Arkham Asylum, which sounds badass as hell.
It's supposed to be like the raid in Arkham Asylum,
right? And then apparently Matt Reeves, who's the new director on the project, who did the Planet of the Apes films, the last 2 ones, came in, read the script, threw it in the trash, and said, "I'm starting over from scratch." And like then there was rumors of the Court of Owls, and like nobody knows what the fuck is going on with Batman at Warner Brothers right now, other than Matt Reeves is scheduled to direct it. They don't even.
I mean, we got 2 different Joker movies, but 3 different actors, I guess.
We know we don't have a Superman anymore. We know he's out. He's doing The Witcher, where he looks like Raiden instead of.
Has that been confirmed? There still seems to be like the judge is out or the jury is out on that.
What if he's going to be back as Superman?
Right, because there was the big fiasco that he's out, and then he did that weird video where he's holding the toy, and then his agent apparently says, he's he still has the cape or something. So
yeah, I do remember that.
Okay, here's the thing. I think Henry Cavill has the potential to be a great Superman. I really do. I think we get glimpses of it in the films that he's in, but just the scripts and the stuff they give him to work with is not great.
I agree with that.
I really do. He's got the look down. I think he could be a kick-ass Superman. They just need to get the character.
Well, they apparently, again, the rumor mill was saying that they wanted to play down Superman's role and have him just pop up as like like in the stingers, like the after credit scenes. Of Shazam and these other movies.
Yeah.
And I guess
Shazam. Yeah.
Shazam looks funny. I saw the trailer for that. It looks like it's going to be a hoot.
It looks like it's going to be fun.
Aquaman and Shazam is going to be like the tipping points. It's either if these movies fail, then forget about it. That's it. I want to support these movies as much as possible because I love the characters and I love the idea of seeing these things in real life and seeing the new stories they got with them. Mm-hmm. But I can't even think of which one's the best DC movie besides Wonder Woman. But if these movies are just boring and just duds, then I might just be like, well, I'll just wait till they reset it and do it over again or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe they tried too much too soon or something. But yeah, Shazam does look like it's going to be great. I was really skeptic about that until that first trailer came out, or the second trailer, whatever the one that was that's out now, where he's going around like fucking up people's cell phones and stuff like that.
It looks good. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I've said this before. I'm just kind of getting tired of the whole shared universe thing. I prefer now to have smaller, more character focused films, which is actually why I dug the hell out of Ant-Man and the Wasp. I know a lot of people were like mixed on it.
I loved it.
Yeah, I dug the hell out of it because it's pretty much its own standalone film, and it's pretty separate from everything else going on with the MCU, and none of it felt forced. It actually worked really well. I've always thought that Fox, what they should have done before they went ahead and signed up with the devil, what they should have done was that they should have focused more on single character films. How great would it have been? We could have gotten a Storm film. You know, we could have gotten so many different characters from that stuff. You know, the strongest stuff for Fox from me was always their single character stuff. The Deadpools, the Logan stuff, you know? That was always the best stuff for me.
I remember they were supposed to do a Magneto film at one point. There was a Gambit film that I was really excited about, but that's probably never going to happen.
I'll be right back. I got to go answer the door just a sec.
Yeah. This is supposed to be over 15 minutes ago. We just kept going. This is great. But yeah, I mean, no, I agree. It would have been great to just kind of just step away from everything having to be connected. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't copy, you know, lightning being caught in a bottle.
Yeah.
Like with Marvel, like that was they rolled the dice on that and it paid off. But that paid off over 10 fucking years.
Right. Whereas DC tried to rush that shit out, and we saw what ended up happening.
Yeah, because none of it made sense. Because it's like, well, this is an old Batman. You know, he was Batman for 20 years before here. Then why don't we just have, you know, those Batman stories to be told first? You know, they talked about exploding penguins, so they touched on great story ideas that it could have been done before that. And I think Ben Affleck could have been fine as a, you know, 30-year-old Batman, 35-year-old Batman. Mm-hmm. You know, they really grade him up in the movies to make him look older.
Yeah.
And they tried to do Dark Knight Returns, and you can't do Dark Knight Returns, period. And you also can't do that as your entry, you know, your introduction to the character.
Yeah. And that warehouse scene is badass, dude. Like, you know, say what you want about Zack Snyder, but that warehouse scene where Batman is fucking people up, that was
good.
Good.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. You know, it's all great stuff. I mean, visually and cinematically, but just like story-wise, because then that's when you got the Martha scene, and that just fucking killed everything.
Oh God. Yeah. And
then, that has to be like one of the biggest blunders in cinema history.
That was horrible. Yeah. In all honesty, I don't know who, when they were editing that film, didn't go, you really want to fucking keep this?
Yeah.
But I don't know. How badass would it have been? We get a Magneto movie where Magneto in his prime is hunting down Nazis.
Yeah. I mean, we got that for like a quick moment in, what was it, First Class?
First Class. Yeah. I wanted a full movie of that. I was like, this would be fucking awesome.
Or even more of like a young Professor X, you know, hitting on chicks and, you know, discovering other mutants and doing his dissertations on mutation and bringing that to life and seeing the mutant influence kind of start becoming larger than it was, you know, because at that point the mutants were really kept underground and it was very quiet. Nobody really came out as being mutants, but there was a point where mutants started getting discovered more. So did something happen? Is this, you know, does something cause more mutations or something like that? Or it could go the Ultimate X-Men route where the government, you know, caused it. But there's more than you could have done. But, you know, nobody asked us. You know, we're not the ones in these executive meetings. So, because if we were, we definitely would have made fucking Apocalypse purple.
Oh, geez. You know, I still haven't sat through that whole film.
You're not missing out.
I haven't sat through the whole. I've gotten about halfway through it and I just shut it off.
And I'm worried about this Dark Phoenix movie because it looks like they're just doing X-Men 3 over again. It's all on Earth. It's all on Earth, and it's all her just fighting people in like these small towns. It looks like. So I don't know.
Man, it's a mess. I still think
that's 2 times that Fox is destroyed the Dark Phoenix saga storyline. So like that's twice. Like how did they do that? How do you just drop the ball twice on? Why even call it Dark Phoenix? You know, but
maybe eventually have the Avengers fight Dark Phoenix or something like that.
I don't know. It'd be great if, you know, when Marvel gets it all back, they can do it proper. But then that would be just going to the well too many times.
No,
but not really, because you never really got the true story or anything resembling it.
You just can't go, like, after twice. You just can't go. The Dark Phoenix stuff, they're gonna have to shelf that for quite a few years.
Right. Well, it seems like when when they start doing Fantastic Four movies, I hope they don't go straight to Doctor Doom.
Yeah, they're gonna have to shelf that too.
Because he again, Fox 2 times just ruined that character, or not ruined the character, but did a piss poor representation of it.
So how would you do Fantastic Four? Would you go kind of lighthearted with it, do the Mole Man or something? But then you can't really do the Mole Man because they just did the Incredibles and Incredibles 2, and he had kind of like a little part in that too at the beginning.
Yeah. There's a Mole Man. Well, you can do that. I mean, there's many times where different movies have similar type villains and stuff like that. But
you can't go right into Galactus.
I would love for Galactus to be like the next phase big bad kind of thing. Yeah.
You want full on Galactus with like the headpiece, and everything.
Yeah, because Marvel's not going to be afraid to do it that way. Because Fox even came out and said they were afraid that nobody would understand that version of Galactus, so they went with a fart cloud in space. But it gave you the freaking like a shadow of the helmet. There's that one part where you're in the storm cloud and you see a true Galactus representation in shadow. You're like, oh fuck, we're gonna get Galactus for real, and it's like, no, it's still just a storm cloud. Yeah. Like they did a pretty good spot on job of Silver Surfer. He was definitely the best part of that both those movies.
You can actually see Silver Surfer's balls in that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch that movie right now.
There's a single frame that if you freeze it, the animators actually animated Silver Surfer's balls in the film.
That's funny.
Oh well, I mean, you got Devastator's giant balls that were wrecking balls in Transformers 2, so that's weird. But yeah, no, I would love for them to. I don't know how they would do Fantastic Four. I would love for it to be Galactus, but I think that he's big enough to be a threat for the entire phase of the MCU and not just a Fantastic Four centered character.
Let's do a Dazzler movie.
Do a what now? Dazzler movie? Only if she's in that jumpsuit and the skates.
Yeah, I love that version.
Saturday Night Fever.
Right. Yeah. What a crazy character. I love her though.
I'm just waiting for them to recast Logan.
It's gonna be a minute.
Yeah, it's gonna happen though.
Oh, it is. It's gonna be a minute where it's gonna be difficult for a lot of people too, especially for me. Because they did such a great send off with Logan that man, Hugh Jackman just owned that role. Some people just they inherit they really embody a character. After a while, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Captain America, and Hugh Jackman and Logan.
I think Fantastic Four would be cool if they start out like the negative zone and like a nihilist.
The Annihilation Wave?
Not necessarily Annihilate. They could maybe lead up to that. Because I still believe Annihilation is going to be the name of the next Avengers movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's going to have anything to do with the Annihilation Wave because none of these subtitles to these movies have anything to do with the actual, story that it's based on or that they took the name from. Yeah. But I'd love to see because I liked the last Fantastic Four movie. The beginning of that movie was really good. It followed the Ultimate Fantastic Four, which I've been rereading that recently. Is Bendis's Ultimate Fantastic Four that leads into the Warren Ellis Fantastic Four. The Warren Ellis stuff is beyond that Bendis stuff. It's so much better. But I like the idea of like in the movie where he discovers a negative zone and they don't go out to space and get hit with cosmic rays and that's how they get their powers because that's very 1960s space race kind of thing. I don't think that's going to work anymore today. But they did that, and they also discovered, the negative zone because that's what it was in the Ultimate Fantastic Four, and then that Fantastic Four movie was basically the negative zone that they were, teleporting all these toys into and back from, and that's where they got their weird powers from. Like the way they did that in that last Fantastic Four movie was good. I think I wish they would redo that in a new Fantastic Four movie. But with a nihilist in there instead of like Doctor Doom being the villain of the ends of the negative zone.
There were elements of that Fantastic Four movie, the last one that came out, that I thought it could work. I kind of dig it, but then there was like a million other things where I was just like, wow, this is horrible.
Yeah, once the movie was good up until that 1 year later, like title screen, and then that's when it just fell apart.
Yeah.
And I think that's about the part where Josh Trank, where the studio was done with his crazy nonsense.
Yeah.
And they kicked them out of the editing room and just redid everything themselves.
Yeah. Which, I mean, if you ever get a chance to listen to his Fat Man on Batman podcast with Kevin Smith, and Trank actually, you know, he talks about how his ambition and what he wanted to do. Like, he wanted to have the fantastic car. He wanted to have all this other stuff happen.
They filmed that. There's things out there that show that they had a fantastic car scene and these other like really cool scenes.
Yeah, but it got gutted in the editing room, and there were like a whole bunch of behind the scenes problems, and there was a lot of interference. And I love the hell out of Chronicle, and when he was announced as the director for this, I was like, you know what, it could work. But then slowly we started seeing these things of like, oh, they're teenagers in high school when it starts out, and I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy about that, you know, and all this other stuff. And then we saw, you know, what the thing looked like, and I was like, okay, I'm not digging that. And then we actually went and saw the film, and I was like, me watching the first 30 minutes of this film, I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of changes going on here. I don't agree with all of it, but I'm willing to go with this, and it's not terrible. And then we get to that point that you said, the 1 year later mark, and I'm like, what the fuck? This fell apart fast.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you got the weird stuff with the thing being like a tool of the government. Actually, no, wait, that was in the trailer, but I don't think they ever really used that in the film, where they would drop them into like military bases and just destroying stuff. It just that was the point where everything just got weird, and like Mr. Fantastic was on the run.
Yeah, trash bag Dr. Doom.
God, and they gave him like he became like Michael Myers, but with like telepath ability, and he was just killing people by looking at them, that kind of stuff.
Like glowing and shit. He looked like somebody that you find at EDC and all that other shit.
Yeah, that's too bad, because that was, like I said, that was very much like Ultimate Fantastic Four, which I think is a very good, modern, updated version. I mean, I like the idea of it being in high school and stuff like that, but it's just, and then not to make it, it's not like, you know, and then the whole thing with like Sue being adopted and things like that really didn't bother me. Like I could buy that, I could get into that. That's not a big deal. But they just made her like the guy behind the keyboard kind of thing.
Yeah.
Most of her scenes is just her staring at a computer screen.
You really
and then they did like reshoots, and she had like a terrible wig. You could totally see like a change in hairstyle.
Yeah. You really want to redeem this film? You make it so that version of Reed Richards is the evil Reed Richards.
Yes.
He comes in to the MCU proper as the big villain, like in the Hickman run.
As the Maker, or what is it? Yeah, the Maker, right? And then give the thing some shorts, put some pants on the guy.
Make him the main villain of like bring him into the proper MCU, and it's like, oh, this kid who had a fucked up childhood because he was in like a military program and stuff like that, and he's just like an asshole and he's evil now.
Yeah, or he just was too smart for his own good and just, you know. Oh, Ultimate Fantastic Four is so good right now. I know if it swirls the fucking toilet bowl eventually, but right now I'm on like the second hardcover, and it's still the Warren Ellis stuff that was really, really good.
I need to read that.
Yeah, it's good. The Bendis stuff is just, it's kind of hokey and very Bendis-esque, where you don't understand what's going on. It's a lot of telling and not showing.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get to like, and it's like his scientific like language he uses in there. It just seems very like he looked it up in like his kid's like 4th grade science book. And then you get the Warren Ellis, who's like this super like futurist like science buff, and then his version of science makes more sense or sounds more believable. You know, it's such a big change, but yeah.
I love the cover for that Absolute Transmetropolitan 3, by the way. And it came out on election day for the midterm.
Yeah, the day after election. That was so appropriate.
Oh my God.
Burger time.
That is such a Warren Ellis thing to do, though.
I never saw any of the Fantastic Four movies, which is why I've been dead silent through this whole thing. I never saw any of them.
Just skip them, man. They're not that
That's good. What I heard.
Yeah, they're not that good. They're pretty bad. The Silver Surfer looked cool in the second one, but
I loved Lawrence Fishburne as the voice of Silver Surfer. I think that was pretty perfect. Yeah. I hope they bring him back.
Yeah,
But-
I personally would have liked Godflag Goldflay or whatever. I forgot the guy's name is. One from the Police Academy movies.
Bobcat
Bobcat
Goldthwait.
Bobcat Goldflay. That's the star.
Or we might as well just have Pauly Shore be Silver Surfer.
Oh my-
Yeah, buddy.
Galactus is coming, buddy. Yeah, he's coming really soon, guys.
That was good. That was really good. Wow.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Could somebody just get him to dub over that stuff? That'd be great. I want that to happen. Or even what's his name? Who's that really annoying guy? Gilbert Godfrey. That's one of those annoying voices.
The Aflac Duck.
Oh, the Affleck. Is he the Affleck Duck?
He was until he wrote some kind of back in 2012 when the Japanese tsunami happened. He wrote some kind of joke about it, and he got fired. He was like the Aflac Duck for 20 years, and he wrote some stupid tweet, and he got fired from like the gig of a lifetime.
Wow.
All he had to say was Aflac.
That's a sweet deal, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even less work than Vin Diesel as Groot. That's 3 words he has to say.
Which, Dave Bautista's hitting the gym hard. Everybody's acting all stuff and shit. They're like really putting in a lot of work. And here comes Vin Diesel for like an hour's worth of work with a cheeseburger in his hand going, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot. And then that's it.
Yeah.
And he gets paid out the ass.
And now he's doing Bloodshot.
Yeah, he is doing Bloodshot. They're filming that right now.
Yeah, that's weird that we're getting a Bloodshot movie starring Vin Diesel.
I would not have thought of casting Vin Diesel for Bloodshot.
No, maybe like in 2000 when he was like super popular when like Fast and Furious and Triple X was like, a thing. But now, like,
now he's got that Coke belly.
seriously. Yeah, he's let himself go.
I mean, he's not in terrible shape. He's just got that old man body now.
Hey, take it easy.
He's got that dad bod happening.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Jackman's one that I'm just like, Jesus Christ, how does he do it?
Dude, they came out and said like he's destroyed his body doing that kind of stuff. Where he would have to get up like at
4 in the
middle of the night,
chicken.
and like eat a bunch of chicken or pound a protein drink and go back to bed because he was doing just so much damage to his body, and there was just so much, he was wasting away so much of his body that he had to replenish himself and had to eat so much every single time to just kind of keep his body that way.
Because Jackman's what? He's 50 now. He's not that young anymore. He's pushing 50, I think.
He looks great, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he did that. What was that Barnum and Bailey movie he did? The Greatest Showman.
Yeah, I wanted to see that.
Oh man, you're missing out, bro. That's he killed that movie. Kills.
Really?
Yes, big time.
Okay. That sounds like it's a wrap.
Wait, give me a sec. So Wilfredo in the chat says, due to Trans Metropolitan Absolutes have stuff that the trade paperbacks don't have besides the new art. There's a lot of behind the scenes. There's like a lot of interviews, original artwork that's been in there. There's like forwards and there's a lot of supplemental stuff in there. The trade paperbacks were just straight, for the most part, just reprints of the issues. The Absolutes have, it fits the Absolute format. It has a lot of behind the scenes stuff, interviews, original art in there, some original sketches. There's a lot of great stuff in there if you're a Transmet fan.
Awesome.
I'm going to do a read through of that, but that's going to take forever. That's 60 issues. There's just so much I want to read. So much. I mean,
I'm right with you.
I've been getting so much lately. Like my haul tomorrow is going to be a little out of control.
Jess is ready for some football.
I am.
How's the Rams doing?
They're 8-1.
8-1.
Not bad.
Yeah, they lost last week, so I'm looking for them to
dude.
bounce back this week.
You said it was a pretty bad loss, right?
Well, their offense played fine, but their defense played horrible. Yeah. I mean, they just got carved up. Not how you're going to get to a Super Bowl with a defense like that. And it is a pricey defense. They've spent a lot of money on this defense, and they better start acting like real football players.
Speaking of spending a lot of money, you're going to see all the money they're spending on this new Raiders stadium here in town.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I drive by it every day on my way to work. It's on my route to work. So every day I see like, it's weird. Like, they must be working nonstop, like overnight. There must be a night crew and a day crew or something, because every day when I drive by it, there's like a new thing that popped up overnight. It felt like It's really cool seeing it come by, or seeing it get built that way on the side of the freeway.
Well, they want to get it done by next year, right? For the next season?
I think they're supposed to be here 2020.
Oh, okay.
I think. I don't know. I don't know details. I don't keep up on sports that much to really dedicate memory to that. I need to dedicate more memory to reading these comics. So Jesse says, "What's his Rams have a weak schedule?" I don't know what that means.
That is hardly true. They're playing the Seahawks today. They're playing the Chiefs next week. They already played the Packers. They played the Saints. They played the Seahawks once. So, Jesse, say what? You are sadly misinformed. They do not have a weak schedule.
Is that what you're trying to say? That they were just playing like Mickey Mouse teams before?
Yeah.
This? Okay.
But he is incorrect.
I know if he just meant like, they play on Wednesdays and that's a stupid time to play during the week.
No, he's just joking. Hey, don't joke about the Rams.
Serious.
Jiminy Crickets.
Jess is serious about his Rams and his Battle Zone or Battle Zone trade paper.
Oh, God. I got to go up and finish that just so I can be done with it.
Now it's a pride thing.
Yeah, it is. It's a marathon. I'm in the last mile of the marathon. My body's exhausted. I've hit the wall, and I have to cross the finish line.
You're gonna poop yourself while running still. Or you see those videos of these guys that do the marathons, and they're like going towards like the finish line. They're just like baby giraffes with their wobbly legs.
Yeah,
they barely make it through.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Which ones did you have left? I don't remember. I don't know if I was here during that part.
I have 2 left. Let's see. I just finished Hail Hydra. I have Marvel Zombies and Spider-Verse left. I can knock those out in an hour. So 45 minutes.
Safe travels.
Well, Marvel Zombies I got because Cy Spurrier wrote it, and I like his writing. And Spider-Verse had a bunch of spiders in it, so I thought that would be good.
Didn't Declan Shelby do the art? Somebody, I think somebody good did the art for that Marvel Zombies.
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to look. Hail Hydra was good. That was by Remender. I liked it. But I got to finish it and then do a video on it, because I've already done 2 parts. So, Gabe, where can they find you on the internet? And how close are we again to 2,000 subscribers?
Last time I looked at the beginning of the show, we were seven away from 2,000. So we're in the single digits. So, and then you can find me on Instagram, Gabe Infinity Watch. You can now find me again on YouTube, Gabe Infinity Watch. I actually put up a new video.
Nice.
Spotlight on the Marvel Knights by Joe Quesada Omnibus, or as I like to call it, Marvel Knights Daredevil Omnibus. So, right. Check that out. Throw your boy a sub there as well. Is it Brad Walker that did Marvel Zombies? I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, that's where you can find me, everybody.
All right. Luis, where can they find you on the internet?
Comics Guide 101. Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff.
And you can find me, Omnidog, on Omnidog's Vault on YouTube, where I'm giving it up for my fans and finishing this slog of Underworld or Battle Zone or whatever the hell it's called, and making a video today if I can.
Ooh.
If I can.
And don't forget, everybody, you need to make sure that you remind Jess all the time what's going on with the giveaway. So be sure to PM Jess on Omnidog Vault on Instagram and let him know.
I had already forgotten about that. I do have to pick winners for the giveaway for my channel. That's right.
He loves it when you guys spam his inbox.
Oh, that's yeah. Right. Please do.
Slide into them DMs.
That's
and
right.
And then he'll be in Vegas this week, too. So
that's right. So I got to get it done before that.
You're going to be in Vegas. Your taxi driver is going to ask you, so what about that giveaway?
All right, so the chat, thank you for all your participation. Peace and love to IST, our sponsor. Thank you so much. And it's been a great Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to the Omnibroslive. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Be sure to follow Omnibros on Instagram. I'm sure with just being in town, together, there'll be a lot of posts up there as well, unless you're that one weird dude from the Omnibus Collectors group who hates the idea of posting pictures of us hanging out together.
Right.
Wait, what? Okay, we'll talk about this after, but what?
Yeah. Yeah, Fariha and Jess were hanging out, and she took a picture of them having breakfast. And this one guy was like, "How dare you flood our feed with pictures of you guys hanging out? Like, that's not what this place is all about," or something just moronic like that. And then everybody just jumped on the guy. You know, that's our community. They don't deal with idiotic stuff like that, especially when it's against two tent poles of the community. So, and speaking of Fariha, be sure to check out Fangirlz Assemble's interview with Mark Wade here on this channel as well. It was phenomenal. It was great. Talking about his career and basically just his comics career.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on. Wow.
Yeah, there is a lot. We've had a pretty kind of looking back at this year. Now that we're wrapping up, we've had a pretty productive year.
Yeah, we have.
God, we're gonna do next year.
Strip show.
Get Mark Wade.
Or that.
I was told they weren't going to share him.
All right.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
All right,
Peace and love. Peace and love. Good night.
Later.